Hello, Tiamo is here, and today we're playing Holder of Place. I know YouTube algorithm doesn't like this game that much, but I like it, so we're playing it. And I want to play a reliquary, which basically adds special types of challenges to the game. Let's go for the highest one we have, a Relic of Nemesis. Enemies will be much stronger and much more numerous. Let's see, never tried it before. Have no idea how much stronger and how much more numerous do they mean. But 3.9 I think is the highest corruption I have tried so far. So I suspect it won't be easy at all. Now, which of the followers do we take? I want to take Collector. So in general, probably I should be rotating through all of them and keep learning each one of them. But let's start with the Collector. Actually, no, let's start at the beginning. Let's start with Wanderer. So nothing special, just good old regular 1 damage free health. Initial combat is usual, so there are no much stronger or much more numerous enemies for the first combat, which is fair because we're supposed to win it and be able to gain some faith and get a new follower. In the beginning, we definitely need to start farming faith, but I like this guy. I like this guy right now because if I will take this one next, it will be stronger, and because it has 2 damage, which will help me to deal with the next wave. So okay, the enemies are still not numerous and strong, so this is still a regular type of wave. Okay, this is also a nice option to scale some health. It gives a permanent health scaling, so having that early can help us create some stronger enemies. Plus it will get +1/+1 from here, right? Good. So let's take it. This is still a regular wave. Okay. Well, this one, let's scale more health. Okay, this maybe the relic starts to work. I haven't played that many times, so I don't remember by heart what are the usual waves. Okay, now this one has a little bit more health, so we place it like that. Give all followers +1 health permanently will help us as well. At the start of combat, summon a 1/2 tentacle. Okay, we're going to fight hobgoblins soon enough, and some scaling damage would be actually very good in this situation. So I don't know when we will start scaling faith. This will also be of much help. Wait, let's look at. So let's recruit this dude, put him in the end, so these guys will tank for him a little bit. And yes, 7 health, right? So 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. One of them dies. Then this one dies. Okay, well, right. Should be all right. And we scaled health. So these guys also survived, which is very important. Okay, now. After surviving combat, gain +1 faith. This is better. To whom we will give it? Like, in general, I would like to substitute Wanderer with somebody at some point, because Wanderer doesn't have any traits. So this guy, for example, would be more useful. The longer I wait, the more health he gets. So if I place that on a Wanderer, that will be a waste. Let's put it on you. So invoke on you. Probably will keep him for a little bit, for a longer period than this one. So we'll be using this artifact for longer. Okay, dies. I think we should win this fight. We have a sufficient amount of tanking, we have good damage. And we even scaled both of them. Good. Capacity +1. So far we have a strong start. Gain the ability to reroll during recruit events. Good ability. When recruited, give all followers +1 health. Also good ability. Upon death, gives all followers +1 attack damage until end of combat. After each attack, give adjacent followers +1 health until end of combat. Okay, so all of them are reasonably strong. I think I want this one to help scaling my damage. So let's get him, put him in the front. I still have no ways of generating tons of faith, so this is a problem. Okay, this is a scary wave. I don't think we can do it. Okay, we can do it. But one of them died, unfortunately. And then he gave health to the tentacle. Come on, guy. You shouldn't be scaling tentacles. There are so many better dudes to scale. Give a chosen follower +1 attack damage permanently. Yes. Let's give it to you. Actually, wait a second. Let's maybe lock it. And I think it is a good time to substitute our Wanderer for this guy. We'll lose just on 1 health, but then the utility of giving everyone damage is actually good. Nothing special. Very high amount of damage, very high amount of health. Scary. Very scary. We lost. I need more faith. Aye, aye. I think it's worth it. Four eight, 3648. I think we can do it. Reroll this recruit event with Seekist followers. At the start of combat, copy the highest attack damage among followers until end of combat. Scale health. So that is interesting. And we cannot lock it, right? Okay. I won't be able to afford any Seekist followers. Or actually, I don't remember how much do they cost. Seekist followers, as far as I remember, are temporary ones, so they have limited number of deaths. After they die certain amount of times, I think they're gone. But they have some very strong traits, like for example, make your enemies in the next fight useless sea carps or something like that. We cannot lock it, unfortunately. That is not that useful. So, because we don't have that high damage on anybody, like we don't have anyone with 10 damage that we want to copy. So let's acquire this, give it to you. Another scary combat. The problem is that they one-shot most of my guys. So I'm doing quite good damage, but I am absolutely terrible at tanking. Full sun. I don't think I have seen a full sun, so I don't know what to expect. While the sun is alive, all followers' combat traits are disabled. Huh. 2-5, 2-5, but then it doesn't seem that strong compared to the guys I already fought against. Yeah, that was easy. Let's get ourselves follower capacity. At the start of combat, double the stats of adjacent followers and disable their traits until end of combat. I'm interested in getting this one, so probably should lock him, but also interested in getting this one, and I'm although wait, this is a support. No, because it doesn't have any attack or health. But it's not written anywhere that it is support. Shouldn't it be? Hollow followers. I don't remember what are hollow followers. I mean, we are still learning this game. I just played it, what, 3 or 4 times. So regarding the False Sun Medallion, I'm actually interested to know whether until end of combat included or not. So for example, these guys, after surviving combat, it is after the end of combat or before the end of combat? So will they be able to scale the health? So let's lock this, and let's take this guy. Whenever random damage is dealt by another follower, deal 5 random damage. Ooh. This can be strong, but so far we have no ways of dealing any random damage, unfortunately. So currently it is a very useless trait. But it might become useful later. If later ever appears, it might not. This is random damage, but only once. The next combat encounter will be against harmless carps. I think I need it. Carps. This carp appears to be harmless. What do you mean appears to be? Am I about to get into trouble? little bit of tanking. So Hound, I like Hound a lot because summoning an identical creature can be very strong. You scale Hound a little bit and this summon scales in the same way. So I might prefer it instead of Fisher. Also can be paired with this one in an interesting way, because the copy takes also the traits. So at the start of combat, give adjacent followers +1/+1 until the end of combat. It means that it will give this +1/+1 to the summon, and summon will give +1/+1 to the dog itself, I believe. So probably will not take this. Let's lock. Let's replace the Fisher. And oh no, we're not surviving that. Like, no way. We are so dead. Okay. That is an interesting challenge. We arrived to depth 32. And yeah, the enemy waves become really huge. So interesting to tackle it with Fate's Beloved, because Fate's Beloved has several things going for it that allows to have a huge number of summons, and all of them are scaling tremendously. So it's not guaranteed. So this thing allows us to scale whenever Fate's Beloved attacks. We can have another moth that would make all summons to become Fate's Beloved, and this moth also summons a tentacle. And so then if we manage to get them and focus hard on summons, we would have a lot of scaling. And then there is another moth that allows Fate's Beloved to attack after being dead and attack additional time after they're dead, which also turns the scaling in up to 11 and just becomes on a completely different level. So let's take that then. And let's see how far can we get with this. Let's scale some faith. interesting, but I am not so sure how much random damage, how many random damage sources can we have on Faith Beloved. So one specific random damage source that I am aware of is, or rather two support characters. One does random damage whenever Faith is generated in the combat, and the other does random damage, I think, whenever somebody else does random damage. But with Faith Beloved we cannot have support characters. They are all replaced with moths. So it means that our chance of doing random damage, we have this guy who does it in the beginning of the combat once, but that's not enough to justify this guy. Otherwise, I'm not sure. For one such combat, revive at the backmost position after death. After taking damage, give another random follower +1/+1 until end of combat. That we can try to make a tank out of it. We don't really have good ways of guaranteeing its health scaling, but we can see. That is a little bit of health to everyone. Yes, absolutely, for sure. Okay, now we need to choose to whom. So our summon archetype is not guaranteed, of course, yet, but this would contribute to it in a very good way if we find it. I want to give it to somebody who will be around for a long time. And Faith Beloved will be around for a long time. So I think the safest way is to give it to Faith Beloved. Would be nice to give it actually to a Hound. Then I believe a Hound will summon a copy and a tentacle, and the copy will summon another tentacle. So that would be just wonderful. So let's give it to you. Scary. At least they attacked by one, so which gave me some amount of scaling from this dude rather than being killed in one hit. That's not the moth that I want to see. After taking damage, deal 2 random damage. So that can be a synergy with this one. At the start of combat, gain +1 health permanently. Well, that is great for this one, no? Now, can we successfully beat Hobgoblin? I think we might. We have some amount of scaling. Yep. Very nice. +1 follower capacity. Okay. Now, that is must have. Choose a follower to also be counted as Faith's Beloved. But we cannot afford it yet. So we're locking it. This at the start of combat give Faith Beloved +2 health until end of combat and +1 health permanently is also a good moth. It's permanent health scaling on our Faith Beloveds. But this is the one I was talking about that we need for our summoning shenanigans. I would like to see this one later. So, like, unfortunately, we cannot log both of them. But this is just very strong to be able to turn any random follower into Faith Beloved. So, okay, currently we buy in this one. This one is locked. This one, hopefully, we'll see it soon enough. And let's go. This is still a scary fight. At the start of combat, consume 4 faith to double the stat of Faith Beloved until the end of combat. That is strong. Give a chosen follower +1 attack damage permanently. Whenever a new follower is recruited, permanently steal 2 attack damage from them. So that can potentially create a very hard-hitting dude, but doesn't synergize with what we do. Costs a lot. So I'd rather take this. This is strong, but I would rather take it closer to the end of the battle, to the end of the run, because currently we have a lot of ways in which we need our faith. So, and our stats are not that high to double them, although double the health is double the health, double the damage is double the damage. So, like, yeah. Let's take this one. And let's give that to you. Because he's scaling his damage every single hit, and the higher we start, the more total damage we would do. Although, no, that's kind of nonsense that I would just say, because he scales linearly, right? So we don't therefore care about the offset by 1. Yeah, anyone could have taken it. Okay, I was a little bit delusional. Give all followers +1 health permanently. Yes, thank you. Now we can afford this one. Upon death, repeat each death's follower death effect. Given a chosen follower +1 attack damage permanently. After faith gained by a follower, if faith is still not full, give. Okay, so let's lock this. And let's apply that to you. Right? Right, so I acquire, put it on you. Now you are Faith's Beloved. And this is great. Okay, they are too strong. Whenever a new follower is added... No, wait. No. I made a mistake. I substituted his summoning a tentacle with a negative trait. Yeah. That's problematic. This tentacle was important for me, and this tentacle often was the only surviving unit I have. I messed up, and it will cost me. Like, perhaps it costed me this fight. With this tentacle, I think we would be golden. Copy the highest attack damage and health among followers. I'm dead. I have seen this one before, and honestly, I have no idea how to prepare for it. You do want to have strong units, but then it takes your strongest attack, takes your strongest health, and all of them become that. It's tough. This game is kicking our butts, which is good. Means we can get better and learn and improve. This one won a normal run, not a reliquary with it, and didn't feel super strong. While my runs with Faith Beloved, for example, were they felt super strong. So I am not that confident that I will go far with that. At the start of combat and upon death, consume 1 locust to summon a 1 free remnant. That is an interesting tool. At the start of combat, consume 1 locust to gain 1 faith and 1+1/+2 until end of combat. This is also interesting. But currently we need to grow our team. So having a unit is stronger than having an equipment. So let's get this one. We're already dead. I mean, already losing combats. Let's lock this one. Let's take this one. Okay, now we're at our capacity. It's time to start looking for equipments. When this trait is added, consume all locus to permanently gain +1/+2 for every 5 locus consumed. I want to have it, but when I have a little bit more locus, I want to have this one as well, and this one. So which one I'm looking for the next turn? Probably this. And let's maybe try to grow this dude. So give that to him, and then try to put as many traits as possible. And let's lock this one. Let's invoke on you. Okay. Hobgoblin. We are dying to Hobgoblin. We are not dying to Hobgoblin. That was a pleasant surprise. We need this one. Together they... No, wait. Right. So this guy is strong, but I have confused this one with the one that gets faith on attack. So okay, let's recruit you. Yeah. The wave after Hobgoblin is always scary. With this artifact, it's even scarier. I remember this one. I put it on a creature. I don't remember, somebody who was adjacent to guys who were getting a lot of permanent stats in the fight, and it was copying the their permanent gains. No, wait, that was a different thing. Whenever this follower gains stats, consume 1 locus to make 2 random followers gain the same amount. Does it work with Duelist? When he inverts attack and health, he's like gaining attack and gaining health every other turn. I want to see. So whenever this follower gains stats, consume 1 locus to make 2 random followers gain the same amount. So if we invoke it on you, will it work? It does. Okay. I don't know if I will survive for long, but that can be strong. So I put this dude in here and he will start scaling their damage. The next recruit event will only contain duplicate followers. Why do I want this? Actually, to duplicate this one, maybe. And okay. Give a chosen follower additional trait. So let's finally take it and put it on you. Wait, not to adjacent, to random. To 2 random followers. Okay, so I can put you in the back then. When attacked, consume 1 locus to take no damage from the attack and add +1 cost. This is tanking. When this follower is replaced by another, permanently transfer all stats to them. This is good. So I think I want to lock this one. I think I want to buy this one instead of you. Yep, we are very dead. And Let's give it one last try. With the Collector. Maximum faith is 13. In recruit events, gain the ability to reroll and to merge to duplicate followers into burnished followers, which adds their stats and a little bit modifies their traits. Okay. When a new follower is recruited, give them +1/+2 permanently. Wait a second. Not to the next one, but just any new. Isn't it great? Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. There is one caveat. It takes all the faith that we get, and from 4 people we will get down to 3 people. One of them will be strong, sure. But then we will need 2 turns to fulfill our... Yeah, let's go for it. I think let's consider it as an investment. So we probably losing the next couple of turns just because we don't have enough units. And also he would one-shot them, but I don't have enough damage to deal with these guys, so what do we do? Let's see. So this dude is dead. Then they kill this dude. They don't kill. You kill. You kill. They attack. 1, 2, 5 health. Dead. 3 health. Dead. Okay, I think we're all right. Yes. Okay. Ooh, yes. I like it. I like Hound. So I would like to see improved Hound. Challenge the Hobgoblin. Yes, let's challenge the Hobgoblin. Beautiful. +1 capacity. Now at the start of combat, copy the highest attack damage among followers until end of combat. This follower has no combat trait. Another cleric? Well, why not? Honestly, why not? That sounds like a very good idea. So another cleric. Yes, I would like to find another dog, and I'm at my maximum faith. So, wait a second. So the dog is locked, but I cannot merge them? I want to merge them. What if I reroll? No? Okay. I have been bamboozled. I wanted to merge them first. Very close. Okay, now we merge them. Ooh. To give that to the dog. Ah, but no, I can freeze only one thing. So no. So we first recruit. Let's see. 4. I mean 1, 2, 6, 7. Dead. 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 I think we're all right. Okay, we can afford... Oof, exactly. So, what do you do? The next combat encounter will be against harmless carps. I'm kinda curious to see what would be Varnished Fisher. So let's lock the Fisher. Let's take a dog. It is a strong dog. Challenge the Cinder Queen in the next encounter. Defeated to gain additional follower capacity. Well, I'm glad it's not the question marks. Whenever a follower dies, give all Cinder Flies +1/+1. Okay. Because if it would have been the question mark, we would be so dead. You cannot imagine that. +1 follower capacity. This is a dog. At the start of the command, summon 2 identical hounds. That is very good. After each attack, take 1 damage and summon 1/1 swarm of bees. That is actually interesting. But I still want to have the Fisher be frozen, and now I want to have a bigger dog. $8.15. What a dog. So I wanted to see how it works with the dog. So I will lock it and I will buy the Fisher. Remove the Fisher and randomly distribute their health. Why? No, I want to see the Varnished Fisher, so let's take Faith instead. The next recruited follower will have double the amount of stats. Double the amount of stats before applying these dudes or after applying these dudes. That's important. So I'd say let's lock. No, let's acquire this. And then we'll see. Ooh, mamma mia, scary. Scary, scary, scary. But I'm scarier. We have another dog. So this will give the dog +1/+2. This will give the dog +1/+2. So if it first doubles, then we have 2, 4 +2 +4. So we arrive to 4, 8. If it doubles afterwards, then we get much more. So let's recruit the dog and see. 612. This is a very good dog. So it means that it first got +1/+2, so +2 +4. It gained from 1 to 3, 6, and then it doubled this 3, 6 into 612. Wow, very good. Actually feels strong. Another dog. So I will replace this dude with the dog. Replace you. Challenge the maze. Okay. Do I remember what the maze does? I don't. Before the start of combat, shuffle the position of all towers. Okay, followers don't care. I am so strong that I really don't care. +1 capacity. Each follower can have up to 4 additional traits. Before the start of combat, shuffle all followers. Not sure I want it. So let's merge our dogs. 1223. Oof. Oof. That's just mean. So you see why this guy is my favorite, the collector. It's just so strong, so ridiculously strong. Retrigger all followers one-time effect and recruit effect. You sure it is legal? Trigger off all followers one-time effects and recruit effects. So these are not recruit effects. They had one-time effects before they became burnished. So it will retrigger this one, and that's it. Nothing else. Okay. Not that interesting. Let's roll a bit. Okay, let's buy that. Invoke it on the dog. That's a lot of enemies with a lot of health. But I have a lot of dogs. Like, honestly. Who cares? Unlock a new fragment in the journal. Yes. Fisher. Yes. Wanted to see Mega Fisher. Each combat encounter will have a 30% chance to be against harmless carps. Okay. After taking damage, give another random follower +1/+1 until end of combat. So we don't have that many waves left, but yeah, sure. Let's get ourselves a crazy fisher. Actually, this guy can chill in the end, because like the collector made it all possible. We don't need to kill collector every single fight. Since he adjacent, I believe he will get the +1/+1 copies from there. Hello. I think you are very dead. Yeah, definitely got a lot of +1/+1s. That was a ridiculously strong run. There is a relief, rush of excitement, but there is no true joy. There never is. You felt the churning of the kingdom now. You see the umbral path beyond. Every time your conquest is built on mountains of corpses, and every time you are cursed with the knowledge that the next time you wake it will be here, perching on the rafters, waiting again, dreaming again. These little triumphs feel so very small when you placed behind the bars of this realm that traps you. You take a final look at your companions. Perhaps you'll meet again, perhaps you'll find someone new. But at the end of all expeditions, only you will remember. Yay! We have retrieved a journal entry, and we have conquered the Relic of Nemesis. Granted, we lost 3 runs out of 4, but the last one was ridiculously strong and enjoyable. So we'll still need to find a way to fight this reliquary with other followers, but it will be in the next video. So thank you for your attention, and I see you in the next one. Bye now.